Okay, I picked up all the parts from the painter. Kind of looks like a Chinese fire drill here. I got all the doors open on the whole thing, but every part has a strategic spot where it has to be transported. I don't want any pieces touching each other or vibrating against each other, and I drive like an old granny on the way home. So I got all the parts here, and we're gonna get those inside, and I'll go on a little bit more on how this all worked out. Okay, I'm gonna do this with my cell phone because it's a little bit easier to handle it than it is my other camera here. But as you can see, it's very reflective. There is a seam right in here someplace. You'll never see it. You'll never see it. I mean, if you look at that, you're not going to see that seam. He did such a good job on that. And then here, where I sloped this was a series of cuts, about 3/4 of an inch apart. And then I flared this fender out, and he filled that in and did a nice little ski slope there for me. And, you know, it matches that back there. We'll get a little look at it from back here. I always put the fenders on first because I don't want them to get wrecked. But the general theme is the same. The pinstripe you see in the back fender, I have pinstripe like that for the front. So once that's on, I think that's really gonna blend in nicely. Fairly close fit here. I can just barely get my fingers in, but the tightest spot is right where my fingers are, and then it gets wider as you go up into the fender. So not an issue there. But if you look across the top and everything, I mean, there is zero orange peel. In fact, here you see the smudge. That's from my finger, you know. So, yeah, zero orange peel. And he was very concerned about the orange peel part. Yeah, he did just a marvelous job. And back here, as you can see, he goes out of his way to make sure it's masked. My big concern is getting this transitional point here. And he got that, he nailed it. It's, they're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. I looked them over pretty good, and I see no flaws. Now, what I'm going to be doing here, well, I'll explain that after I'll set up the other camera for the explanation. And he does something here he didn't do. He masked all the inside surfaces here so I don't have to touch them up, even though they don't really show. He straightens out this edge really nice for me here. I tell you what, I'm really impressed. The hood, yeah, perfect. Everything about it's perfect. And it's amazing how a fingerprint shows up when you have such a decent finish. So I'm really, really happy, as you can tell. And I was worried because, you know, I worked with Harry for 10 years and we got along just fine. And I've never had a complaint on paint, and I'm certainly not going to have a complaint on the paint this guy's doing. So let me get the other camera and we'll do a little more speakage here. Okay, so what happens here is I'll pull all this tape off of here. This is all, the grating here is black. I don't know if I can get this off. Well, I pull that off. I'm going to put about an inch border here with truck bed liners. This flat piece here, if you can see it, this piece here from here to here, that'll be truck bed liner. Along with these edges, I black them out. Oscar also takes the inside of these like this, which ensures that this edge gets paint on it. It allows the paint to bounce back. And then on the front, it gets the same thing. And then the hood, I have to put the decorative layout on the hood with the Endeavor logo and all that. So that's what I'm going to work on. Harry used to do that for me, but I decided to do it myself because I like to get the hood, the edge of the hood layout and this piece around the front here. I want them to look like they blend. And we never really got that 100% right usually. So I'm being fussy. And it's not a big deal. I've got a dozen cans of the truck bed liner I use. And so I will be touching them up. So we'll take a look at that when I get done with that. So basically, I'll tape off the entire unit except for what I want truck bed liner, and then give her a shot. let her dry for, and then everything goes on the bike, and she's a done deal. So that's the plan on this guy. Stuff done. Got stuff done. That's nice. Get stuff done. And that's when we got the mail, so I thought maybe I should go through that real quick. I got a bill from my sanitation outfit that picks up my garbage here. I pay them monthly. It's on automatic pay on a credit card. So, but they send me a bill every month with a stamped envelope, return envelope, with a note saying, do not pay this bill, you're on auto pay. But every month they spend 20 cents to send everybody, or 25, I don't know what stamps are now, an envelope with a stamp on it. And I'm thinking, that's dumb. I should actually cut the stamps out, because as long as they're not used and not, yeah, I could use that. I think I'll hang on to that. I could use that. Then I'm pre-approved here for $50,000, $50,000. All I have to do is, I'm pre-approved, which means they approve me to send them a letter saying I'm interested, where they can say, yeah, no. That goes in the garbage. What's this? A Minnesota resident. Gee, how did they know my name was Minnesota resident? I think I'll not even open that one. That's garbage. That's some garbage. And garbage. And what's this? Garbage. Okay. So I got a stamp that I can use. There. Put that in the old garbage bin. Then I got this here thing. And it's, I have to be careful when I get mail, because my wife is ordering Christmas presents and she uses my name sometimes. So I don't know if it's company stuff or Christmas presents, but we're going to find out. And this is, oh, yippee and yippee doo-dah. This is something kind of cool. You can never shrink wrap hard enough. See if anybody can figure that one out before this thing here actually pulls up. Got two of these. You change your own tires. This is a handy thing. When you push the tire down and you want to keep it down in the valley of the rim, you stick this puppy on there and it holds it down. The alternate to this is you wrap a piece of cardboard on the rim and then you put a vice grip on it, which holds it down. But I got two of these. I don't know if they're identical. I thought they were going to be different, but they're exactly the same. So that's good, because I'm going to build a tire changer, and I should have some time next week to do that. I got a feeling it's going to take me exactly one morning to do it. I already got the plan for it, so yeah. So that's a good thing to get. So we'll put those. Oh, where's my tire changer stuff? Oh, over here. So. What a wonderful day today was. Everything just, you know, there are days when stuff just works. And then there are days when it doesn't, but today was a good day. I'm so happy with my painter. We'll take a look at that. I'm all done with this bike, except for I got the storage bin to do, and I got to put the lock set in. But that's it. I think that's all I got to do. So let's take a look at this guy. And as you can see, I got the decals. Now these decals are actually made for the larger radius fender, so I had to kind of tweak them around, which actually worked out very nicely. And typically they would be down lower, but the lower you go, the more you got that tweakage. And especially this part in here was, I didn't want to kink it, and I certainly didn't want to tear it, because I imagine these were not cheap. But they went on very nicely, so I got that on each side. And you can see the grill on the back there, and it's got the wind deflector in there. So it kind of, it actually makes it so it actually looks better, but it also deflects the wind into the radiator. Get a bird's eye view here. And I used an Endeavor logo that is the same color as the pinstripe tape. So I think you'll like that. I just happen to have that. Went a little different on the design. You notice I have a little droop in the middle there. you get so much reflection because the paint's so shiny. So let's get back a ways. There you go. Really fun trying to hold a tripod up in the air. You're doing this. There. So, there. So she needs a good cleanup. But I do have the band around here, the truck bed liner in the front. And the reason I use truck bed liner is because it's black and it just goes with everything. It matches the subframe, and most bikes have black. You know, you got the black frame member here. And so it really blends in. I've had people ask me, can you do chrome? No. No, chrome is virtually unthinkable. And there's a little bit of trick to doing the bed liner stuff. I use, let me grab a can here. This is the only stuff I use. And it's the Duplicolor truck bed coating. And I don't know if it's got a number on it. I buy it 6 cans at a time. It doesn't really have a nomenclature here. There's 2 different kinds though. This one here, when you spray, I stand 2 feet back so that it sprays kind of a real nice grainy texture. If you get too close, it gets muddy looking. I don't like that. But you can see it's got kind of a grainy texture to it. So it looks much more professional. Yeah, I like that. And I do these grills, and the front grill, and this, and it just really kind of sets it off. You know, then I do it's a 1-inch ring around the side here. So you get a little bit of a relief. Same thing here. And I really tried to match the angle of the crash bar, you know, with the body panel. I think I did pretty good there. Yeah, I'm impressed with me. I'm also impressed with the painter, and he was right. Well, the whole thing is, this is not only me, this is him. So when you look at, you know, the first thing you see is the visual. That's my painter. That's what the painter does. He takes what I start with and he beautifies it. And he did a good job. So he'll be getting a positive review on Google. It was kind of a struggle here, but you know, I'm just happy I found this guy, and I think we're going to have a good thing going here. So that's the scoop of the day. I'm going to pull the plug. It's actually early. It's 3 o'clock. But I don't want to do anything and wreck what I've started here today. I want this stuff to firm up a little bit before I start horsing around with it. This stuff is a little bit hard to patch. If you scratch it, it's really hard to match the texture. It's kind of like trying to match metal flake paint. Anyway, we will continue tomorrow, and hopefully should be a done deal, and then we'll maybe work on the tire changer. We'll see.